Hi guys, back again. This is Ofu. Thank you for coming. This video, I will try in this live session. I will try. Let's discuss more about Radgridsi, guys. Cause as you may previously watch the video just a couple hours ago that I uploaded, actually trying to play Radgridsi or Valkyrie in this current meta. So without further ado, let's begin. So before anything, hi Han Kosuke, the legendary Radgridsi player. So you waiting for this video for so long, I think. Will it be comeback? Let's see. And also wait. And also like the Kosuke is here. the thing is about the Radgridsi is like I actually tried to play Radgridsi 3 days. Yesterday is the last days when I tried to play in MP Fun, and then actually it's not that really MP Fun because like it's facing a couple of players that you may know, like for example we facing Popoloki, facing Dutch Mill, and then Tango Sierra and Liu. So it's like most it's Odontic as well, and Bianconeri. All of them are top 50 players, or I can say like 3 of them are actually from the Dutch Mill team, which is Popoloki, which is usually playing PD, but yesterday he played LMX, and then Tango Sierra usually he play SB, and then yesterday he play Thanatos, and then Dutch Mill that usually play Khalid, and yesterday he play Jormungandr. So it's particularly it's like it's not your average team. It's like, and also the Liu team also like it's very strong, like top 4 or top 5 teams at the moment. So what I want to try to say is like if you saw my video, even though like we win only once and then lose 3, but actually the performance is not that bad, right? About that Valkyrie, especially like we are trying to use Valkyrie as a replacement for Saint, because like we're gonna use Saint and we're gonna use Valkyrie and LMX. Yesterday I was using the Valkyrie as a orb holder, so a bit switching, because like actually what I'm thinking is Mao is the one that replacing Saint, and then I want to try Valkyrie that gonna replacing Hela. So before anything else, let's talk about Valkyrie. As you know that Valkyrie is, ever since it's coming, it's become it's the first season it come, it doesn't really being a meta, because like the first season it come is this is the, if you still remember, this is the LB meta, where actually Valkyrie already coming in this LB meta, but at that point most of the team is using CM as the orb holder, the second orb holder apart from the LB. But once the LB is die because of the combat proficiency change, then this season is Valkyrie and Saint. Then after that, the Valkyries being there for I think 2 seasons, or no, only 1 season here. This is the only Valkyrie meta, and then after that it switched to Hela. So why actually Valkyrie is like one of the tankiest orb holder, if not the tankiest at that time. And then why it dies is simply because there is introductions of the new league skill, which is Harvester. As you know that the tankiness of the Valkyrie is coming from the parry. This is the Justice Aura. This is the 50% parry, so it's really tanky, because like Valkyrie can just like block 50% of the damage at any point, at any given time of time, at any given point. And then, as you may know, that back then Valkyrie is built as a hybrid. Some of them like Kosuke, which is the Valkyrie god at that time, is using actually a DPS build. And apart from Kosuke, also there is another strong team that using a DPS build Valkyrie as our orb holder, which is this one, the Dutch Mill. Here's a Valkyrie that using the using the DPS mode. If you see that, if you saw at that, this is season 16. If you saw the season 16, the game against us, my team is OG, and then we fight the Podium Orbas in the semi-final, and we lose 1-2, I think. The first map we win, the second game, which is the third map we lose. That time is straight we lose because of this Valkyrie that camping our base, and then we don't have anything else to get out. As that at that time, Valkyrie is playing the CC build mainly because of the stun. And then the last match, the second map is we lose as well because of like we really having hard time killing this Valkyrie, but this Valkyrie easily killing our DPS at the time. But once the introduction of Harvester, suddenly Valkyrie die, because like the Harvester straight ignore Valkyrie parry. So after that, that's why it's become Hela meta. Why Hela, as you know that from my previous video as well, Hela can straight counter Harvester with the Bloodline of Disease. But now, why it's gonna come back? There's the thing is, with the introductions of Liu Mao Xing, I really think that Valkyrie can come back. Two things. First is now Liu Mao can block the, like as you know that this one Liu Mao, skill, this one, the Liu Mao Comet Fried Rice is now blocking the HP loss. So it's like you have a very big HP. Like probably if you're playing the God Tier Mao, you can have a 40 million extra HP. But if you're playing a normal Mao, sometimes it's like it range between 15 to 20 million on top of your 8 million HP. So what I'm thinking is now the Valkyrie is much more tankier because of this Mao shield. So it's like it has more survivability. And the thing is, if you wanna try to play Radgridzi in this meta, the thing that I really want you to for sure use is this one, Spiritual Blade. This one is a must if you want to play Valkyrie at the moment, because without this you're gonna be very paper. Because like for sure, if you play Valkyrie, you're gonna get Harvester a lot of time, you're gonna get Soul of Judgment a lot of time. It's like the enemy for sure thinks like Harvester and Soul of Judgment is the straight counter for Valkyrie. So that's why you really need this one. Without this, I don't suggest you play Radgridzi Upholder, because like you're gonna be very paper. Even though I already used Spiritual Blade, if you saw my video yesterday, there's a couple of times that Dash Mill that using Jormungand at that time can straightly remove my my HP very fast. It's like under 3 seconds I die from the full HP, even with the shield, and then I die. So that's the things. But yesterday I'm using this build, which is the hybrid build. The left side is full reductions, but I don't really at that time I thought that I'm gonna facing Khalid, so I'm using the hybrid build. Like I'm using Hermes, and then I'm using the Magaleta, and then yesterday this one I using GTB to really counter the Jormungand damage. But on the right side, as you can see that this is I'm using double Frioni, and then using the Alien Fallen Angeling. This is very good for Valkyrie, because like most of the time your HP gonna be more than 90%, and then most of the time you're gonna have shield, so you're gonna immune to abnormal status most of the time. It's like the only thing that can in this meta, the only thing that can pierce this is only freeze from the Jormungand. But yeah, I mean like you can get the freeze rest or something, and then I use hit phase, because like my hit is quite, as you know that Valkyrie having problem with hit, so that's why I use double Frioni for the hit 100, and then this is another hit as well, and then I put hit and everything. Not here, I mean like this is the I'm using for German. But yeah, I mean, like, this is the stand, and then I use the CD build, and then I'm using this. But like, if I want to be tankier, I can just switch this one and this one with as you know that yesterday the German is I mean, like, it's Dutch mill anyway. But yeah, I mean, like, probably if not Dutch mill, I can tank more. Yesterday I should just use this which one? Back. Where's my back? I think it's my storage. Yeah, I just use the AA reduction back, and then the AA reduction tail most likely. And then also probably the face or something. I mean, like, I can be more tankier than yesterday if I just straight counter the Jormun, because like there is no Khalid, and then Thanatos for sure cannot kill me. So that's the things. That's first thing first about the Liu Mao shield, which is the, you know, that Liu Mao shield is helping Valkyrie. And another thing is also, like, I want to say is also about this Flame of Pride. Flame of Pride is actually very OP against Mao. Why? Because like this reducing Mao shields very fast. So rather than saying anything, let's try things. So let's make room, and then I will try to join the room. This I'm gonna use my tank build. I mean, like, usually when I'm testing something, I always wanna try to test it at the maximum potential, both of the attacker and both of the defender. So I mean, like, it doesn't make any sense I'm testing it using, like, for example, I'm using like as you know that this one is the skill damage, right? Valkyrie is coming from the skill damage, so it doesn't make any sense if I test the damage of this against the one that using the AA reduct. So I want to try some things that to hitting some things that full skill reduction. As you know that Valkyrie is a neutral, so that's why, like, I try to this build. I'm trying to using this build, like, full defense, alien angeling, and then full medium size reduction using ghost ring as well. And let's try use the orc baby. What I want to say is, like, let's test the Valkyrie, how to say, let's test the Valkyrie potential against the full counter of it. Like, for example, I'm using this, and for sure I'm gonna using this. Yeah, but anyway, do I have another? Yeah, you know what I mean, right? And then let's test and then this one, my MATK is not that much, it's 35k, but let's test this. And then use this, but I'm gonna use Wasteland Lord, and I'm gonna use Orc Baby. Then this is already Ghost Ring. Then let's wait a bit for this one. See that my shield is very big, right? Okay, it's already okay. Let's try the damage. See, it's not actually working that much. If the shield is too much, you see that it doesn't really make a damage. Why? But once the shield is gone, it's really hard. So let's try making let's heal first. But the problem with this Valkyrie is I cannot heal, I guess. Okay. Let's wait a bit for this to heal. Just open this one. I'm using this and then use another shield. So let's try for a second time. Not good, right? It took very long to actually removing it. Mind you, there is no Kairi, there is no LS, so probably it's not that good. Or do I missing something? Let's try again. Let's try again. Okay. Let's try one more time. See, the damage is actually not good, right? If like the enemy is like fully countering it. Cause like at first I'm thinking about that this part is actually bypassing the shield, but apparently it's not. So yeah, cause like, oh wait, yeah, that's the things. I mean like apart from that, if you saw my video yesterday, there is like a couple of time I can deal damage to some Saint, but the thing that I was really thinking is like, is this good for reducing the enemy shield? So the answer is quite easy. If you gonna hit someone that, for example, there is a support, especially as a roamer, and then they block your damage quite hard. Like for example, they block your how to say, they using Ghost Ring, etc., especially like for blocking your Thanatos, your Kalisburg damage, then the Valkyrie is not good. But the thing about the Valkyrie is like not the damage up to the roamer. The one that I really want to say is like, the thing about the Valkyrie is like, it's really good to countering Jormung. This is the main reasons why I'm thinking like Valkyrie is quite nice to use. Why? Is because like, as you know that Mao cannot really do anything to Jormung apart from the how to say, apart from the Shomai. Apart from the Shomai, Mao cannot do really anything to the Jormung. And if you already know that Shomai is 20-second cooldown fix, and then the duration is only 4 seconds plus 3 if you can catch the enemy Jormung. But the problem about that is like, sometimes when you're playing Shomai, you really want to save the Shomai to the PD actually, not to the Jormung to block your PD harvester. Because like, it's a bit waste if you gonna use it to the enemy Jormung. Usually when I'm playing Mao, I save my Shomai for if I know that the enemy PD will come to do harvester and intimidate me. That's one of the things. So the thing about this Valkyrie is it really can block both of PD harvest, both PD intimidate and the Jormung guard attack as like of the disarm for this spirit summoning. Even though that this have a quite big cooldown, like 27 second cooldown, and then exists for 15 seconds, but it's very long. It's really long. It's like, it's hard to find. I mean like, once you use it, it's really hard to find a duration, especially like usually the PD intimidate is when the Mao is using the Sea Brim, right before the Mao is casting the invincibility to removing the Mao from the game. So the invincibility only good for the Mao. So that's why like, if you can sync with your Mao, then it's really good, like just doing the spirit summoning, and then at the same time whenever your Mao is doing the Sea Brim. And then both of the cooldown is actually can match, because like Sea Brim is only like 20 seconds if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, Sea Brim is 20 seconds. Yes, it's 20 seconds. With the Mao cooldown reductions, it's already, with Mao cooldown reduction is around it's around 14 seconds. So like one Seabrim, two Seab, if Mao can just keep getting the cooldown reductions, every two you can do spirit summoning with the Seabrim at the same time, or two Seabrim, one spirit summoning. That's the things. I mean, like, I hope you really understand about that. And then another thing is, apart from the spirit summoning disarm, the Valkyrie can really stun very well due to the two things. The first one is the Wave Knight, because like if you hitting someone with this, the target armor status resist gonna be minus 50% if you keep hitting them. And then this one, it reduces another stun rest by 30%, so means that your stun attack is like 25 plus 25 is 50 plus 50 is 100. 100 plus 30 is like 130, so means that to actually blocking the stun from this Valkyrie is like you need 250 stun rest, which is like quite hard to do, because like especially like if you have Yormun at your side, means that apart from the stone and the silence and then the freeze, you need stun. Well, most of the players that lucky enough to have Alien Fallen Angeling, it's gonna be good, because like this also gonna make you immune from the stun, which is very good. But the thing about this is, like, as you know, that apart from hitting the roamer, actually this Valkyrie can remove the shield very fast. Even though, like you see, I don't use any damage equipment except for this Frioni. But apart from that, just using the Flame of Pride alone can really remove the shield like under 3 seconds. I count that as fast actually, because like in the real game it's depleted faster, especially like, for example, you have PD. I mean, like, you still know that in this on the lineup that I propose, you still have PD, still have SB, still have Yormun, still have Kalitzberg, and then now you have Valkyrie and Mao. So PD will gonna strip people, and once the elf hand or armor is removed, this gonna be hit really hard. That's things. And then but now after talking like what's good about it is like first the Flame of Pride can really remove the shield very fast. The second one is the CC, when where you provide another type of CC apart from silence from the I mean, like, apart from stone and freeze from the Yormun, now you can apply the stun. And then another part is a disarm. So that's three things that actually Valkyrie very good about. And then the fourth one is they gonna force Harvester on you usually, especially for the Kalitzberg. Most of the time, for sure, the Kalitzberg gonna try Harvester on you. Because like it doesn't make any sense to Harvester the Mao, because like Harvester or not, the damage is gonna be the same. And then for the Yormun, now they need to think about which one that he gonna be Harvester. If your Yormun really can play, then usually Yormun is using Harvester for the enemy Yormun. Now the Yormun is a bit torn, like you gonna hit the Yormun or you gonna hit this Valkyrie. Another part is the Soul of Judgment. Usually when I get Soul of Judgment, I just do the Spirit Summoning and I stand on top of my Soul of Judgment, so nobody can hit that Soul of Judgment. That's the things. As you know that without Soul of Judgment or without Harvester, this Justice Aura is gonna be very crazy. Plus, one thing that usually most people forgot is the Command of Charge that can give 30% of parry for 10 seconds. And then this one also can be reduced, because like the reduction is very nice as well, because with the Mao skill is gonna be cooldown for 21 seconds. And then if you're gonna use the full CD reductions, you can reduce it to 15 seconds. Why it matters now? Because like on top of your HP shield, now your friends can also have 30% parry. So practically your team is gonna be tankier. But yeah, that's the things. Okay, hi Bang Mit, FG from Thailand, thank you. And Thunderwars, does it mean Sen will be placed roamer? No, what I propose is no Sen lineup. It's gonna be Valkyrie and Liu Mao, and the roamer is still be PD and SB because like the control from the both of them is still very strong. So now talking about the downside is for sure there is no Sen. The biggest problem that the biggest weaknesses the lineup that I propose is without Sen, then you don't have Kairi. This is the biggest problem. Means that most likely your enemy PD gonna have very good time to intimidate because no Kairi. But another thing that I propose is actually the command of charge. It's giving 30% of parry to your friends. Especially the biggest problem yesterday that we face is our the enemy PD, which is Liu, keep try to intimidate our Mao, which is it's really a problem because like there is no Kairi, there is no safety wall, so even you don't need harvester to remove our to intimidate our Mao. So that's why like if you playing this lineup, the thing that you really need to focus on to is the enemy PD, because like it's like switching before you are apart from the it switching before that your focus from the German. Now your team focus is your team need to more focus on the enemy PD, because like German, if you play Falk good enough, you can block the enemy German just by playing the orb holder. If your German can play, yeah. And then after that, then your enemy PD just try to block the enemy PD. Like ask your PD and your physical DPS, which is most likely Skalitzberg, just to try to block the enemy PD as much as possible. And if that PD cannot intimidate people, then this lineup is gonna work. But if your team cannot block the enemy PD using to stop him to intimidate your Mao, then this lineup is gonna have a problem. So yeah, that's a plus minus. And the thing is, why I still prefer SB and PD over Elf or even over Saint. Let's talk about PD first. PD is indispensable on this meta, cause as you know that now the biggest threat from the in this meta, like it or not, the thing is it's about your moon is more free to play. If your German is more free to play, having more hits, your team gonna be win. But if the enemy your moon have more free to play, more free hits, more free time, then you're gonna lose. That's a simple thing. And then the best counter at the moment for your moon is PD, not the Elf. Why? Cause like Penger Moko. The biggest counter of the German is PD. Why? There's two things. The first one is intimidate, that's like what I say. Because like German is like the peak time is like only 3 or 5 seconds, and then once the German is free hits, the only thing that can stop that German is two. First, the intimidate. Even the intimidate is quite hard, and second one is manhole, and both of them is come from the German. Well, you can say it's Elf, but if you pull the German and then you fail, then suddenly you GG, because like the German can keep free attacking. But and then the second one is the swords. Even though the sword is good, but it's really counterable, I guess, because of counterable. And then the other thing is it's very long cooldown. Hi Penger Moko. Is that South Sudan? Anyway, that's my friend. So yeah, so I prefer PD more than Elf, because like PD not only countering your moon, but it's countering everyone else. It can strip, it can ammo the other PD, it can intimidate, it can manhole, it can strip or whatever. And then the Elf on the other hand is now as you know that Insight card is out, so camouflage is practically useless in the top tier rank. I mean like in top tier rank for sure, a lot of DPS, if not everyone, is have Insight Eye card, so camouflage gonna be not usable. And then if you only depending on the which one elf, which is the elf, if you only depending on his skill or on her skill, super long star cool wave is like 12-second cooldown. The space compressions is 10-second cooldown. You cannot memory erase the Jormun unless you remove the plunder debuff block first. So all in all, I don't really like elf because like it's very limited. Because like I felt like if you play PD, you can do anything anytime as long as you have SP and you don't get control. But if you're playing elf, you just doing one combo, like for example you do space compression and memory erase, then suddenly you don't have anything. The other thing you can do is only superstar long wave. And if you already done 1, 2, 3, then the next one is you're gonna use the optical camouflage, but that's only for one enemy only, for only Jormun. So I don't really think that that I really think is the bad part about elf. So PD is better. Now let's talk about the SB. The SB is very important because of like several things, like here. First, SB is very important because of the soul, especially the soul wizard. This is very OP because like if you don't have soul, I mean like if you cast a soul of wizard to your friend and the enemy doesn't have any SB, then that soul wizard is like jail free card for like 5 seconds, 7 seconds, 8 seconds to your enemy DPS. The only way to remove it is if your enemy have elf. So again, SP is very versatile. If you see that there's a lot of things that you can use. Heart of Darkness to always use on the enemy Kalitzberg, and if your enemy Kalitzberg doesn't play quite careful, then you're gonna die a lot from the Heart of Darkness. And then have another Heartlock. Heartlock is very important to block Mao, to block PD, to block Jormun, practically to block everyone. This Heartlock is very important. Soul Judgment, SU, and then like a lot of things. And then this, not to mention that SB is very tanky because of the Soul of Sage and then the Soul Walker. So all in all, I still prefer SB and PD. Whatever lineup that you use, SB and PD is a must. If anything that you wanna remove if you play 3 DPS is for sure is PD, but that the third DPS or the other armors should be doing all of the PD job. Just remove this. And then okay, so that's the thing. So apart from that, if you're playing Valkyrie, you really need your team to remove the PD. That's one thing. And then on the other thing is without Saint, you don't have Sufra, you don't have Fate Prey as well. So your DPS need to be played around the middle, especially like if you have a DPS that's very hungry about FP, then this lineup not gonna work for you. Cause like no Saint. So yeah, more or less about that. I really think that Valk is still very tanky. If you wanna do super tanky, then just change to the full tank. And then I suggest you just to use the you don't use CCs. So what you're gonna do is just like doing Flame of Pride and then killing, like try to remove the shield, chipping the shield, the enemy shield. It's still gonna work, especially like if you full counter the damage from the enemy. Even they harvester you still not gonna die that fast. Cause like yesterday I died that fast cause like my right side is not a tank build. If I use full tank build, I'm gonna survive more, especially with this. And probably I can use this Alien Mentalist, this one. And I have the depot as well, so the total of the HP loss effect that I can reduce is like more or less almost 80%. It's not straight 80%, but yeah, I mean like that's this one is 50%, right, reduced by half, and then I have another 30% from here. So like more or less that's the things. That's the build that I'm gonna use, especially like if the enemy is keep forcing me to if they keep forcing to harvester me, so I'm gonna use this build. Actually, like this build is actually works last season when in the Saint, cause like last season Saints get harvester by Khalid's a lot, and then once they use the spiritual blade and the alien mentalist, it's gonna work for them. And then don't forget that this Hellion is very strong in this meta. You imagine that hitting a Valkyrie without harvester. First it got parry, and then second it has like damage second is half. So like how you gonna kill him? Even that, if you know that yesterday that enemy PD keeps stripping me non-stop, I have no shield, I have no offhand. As long as I have as long as they don't harvest me, I'm still alive. Pretty much, it's really hard to remove my shield, but once they use harvester, then it's gonna be GG. Yeah, so all in all, that's the things about the Valkyrie. Is it gonna be good? It's not an S tier. I mean, like it doesn't necessarily go tier rank in the PvP. I won't put this Valkyrie as S, but I will put this Valkyrie on the same tier as Saint. As for the first time, I think you can play without Saint in this meta, and then you just switch your Saint, so your brawler gonna be Valkyrie and Mao. Yeah, more or less that's the things about Valkyrie. So I really hope that someone's gonna try to play this. I'm still thinking about playing Valkyrie, because like the problem is like I mentioned before, which is the intimidate most of the time, most likely, and then second is Fate Prey. Well, they still can get Fate Prey from the Mao, but the problem with Mao Fate Prey is like it's not long range. You need to be beside Mao to get the Fate Prey. So most likely, if you wanna use Fate Prey, then it's only good for your Moon, because like for Kalitzberg it's possible. So if your lineup is relying on Fate Preying your Kalitzberg, then you still need Saint. But if your lineup is the one that get Fate Prey is the Yormund, then it can work. So yeah, all in all, that's the things that we gonna they gonna, how to say, I really hope that again someone's gonna play it in the next seasons. There's no Saint lineup, so if you really want play, I mean like if you do play it, please let me know. I want to see the results, because like this season I still don't know whether we gonna use Mao and Valkyrie, or we gonna use Mao and Saint. Both of them have its potential, especially it's map 3. Map 3 is better. This Valkyrie is better than Saint, I think. But map 1 I don't know, map 2 I don't know, because like map 1 and 2 the biggest problem again is the intimidate. So I mean like in the map 3 intimidate is bad, I know, but it's not that as impactful as on the map 1 and map 2, especially like when you're holding ball and you get intimidated, your ball drop, then it's a problem. But map 3 is not that really. So yeah, I think that's it for now. If you got any questions, again, don't or any suggestions, please don't hesitate to put in the comment. Thank you guys for coming and watch. Thank you Kamui, Han, Zuye, Peng, Bangmit, and Memories that already come here and chatting in the chat box. And that's it for what is Zuye questions. Oh sorry, yeah, sorry Zuye. When Elinia release, do you think Val's gonna be better? No, cause like the problem with how to say, the problem with Elinia is it doesn't really bring anything. I mean like, well, it can have control, cause like It can have control like things like Dolan trick that can bypass passive. It has the one that can blind your enemy literally when your screen's gonna be have a cat paw on your screen. But doesn't really much matter, I guess. Like, because the thing is, like, she's a physical DPS, right? And if I saw the multiplier is not that good, so I don't believe that Elinia gonna be meta. It's gonna be a very odd job, but again, I don't know until I see it, because like I don't really think that Elinia is good. So I already take her out from the meta, but Elinia gonna be released next week, so, and for sure, as usual, I will try to build it, but I will not spend a lot of runes for her. So yeah, let's see about that. So hopefully that my judgment is wrong, cause like if Elinia can be a meta, then it's gonna be very good meta, cause like a lot of options, because at the moment the option is quite nice. So what is the problem if you pull replace Saint without Rat? Oh yeah, like I mentioned before, the first one is without Saint, it's gonna be no Kairi. With no Kairi and safety wall, then the enemy PD gonna be having a field day, intimidating your team. That's the first things. And the second one is there's no long range FP. You still have FP in terms of like Crystal Jade Phoenix from Mao skills, but that Crystal Jade is only short range, so you can do long range. Yeah, I hope that answers your questions. Soon I'm gonna play. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. Again, if you have any questions or comment, just put it on the comment section. I will try my best to reply. That's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.